Alright guys, so we're going to try out a new park here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my smartwatch and any other devices I have. I have two phones here with me, so I'm going to leave one in the car. A lot of you were asking what my process is to make sure I get the best footage, so I leave all my electronic devices in the car. I shut off the Bluetooth on the phone, and we crank it up and get flying. So let's hop to it. Hey, who's that nerdy looking guy there? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my launch pad today, and we are going to head out. This is kind of my setup. With the iPhone XS, it's kind of a tricky fit with a case in here, but it should hold. And we've got the DJI Spark today, because I just absolutely love this thing. These small drones have really taught me something about what I like and what I don't like. And I'll tell you what, I really am not a fan of the big drones. And I've not had a Phantom, but I've had some other off-brand drones that are really big. And when you're in a setting like this, and right now it's pretty dead, but when you're in a setting like this and there's a lot of people, I just don't like making a big scene. And I just really like having something this compact. To me, that's just the way to go. So what I do is I'm going to fire this all up. Let's see if my phone... Yep, we got facial recognition. There we go. And while that's all getting hooked up, we are going to pull out. I like using a launch pad just because I don't like anything getting sucked up into the propellers. Got all sorts of stuff here that we don't need. But I like using a launch pad for protection on the motors, as well as I'm kind of a nerd, and I kind of like to see if this is going to come right back to where it took off from. I'm actually at an RC park, which always makes me a little bit more comfortable to know that I'm not in a no-fly zone. Alright, so we are already connected to Spark RC. So let's fire this thing up. We've got 4 lights, so that means we've got full battery. And let's go ahead and get into our app. First world problems, you've got enough drones where you have a few apps to choose from, and you got to remember which one you're flying. So I did check the firmware last night, so we should be good to go. Don't want to waste any time here. And here we are. Alright, password's weak, we know it. And I don't know where I got these gloves from, but they've got the touch capacitive fingers to them, which is awesome. Also going to go in and see if I can screen record for you guys before I forget. So we got that going. It is 37 degrees out, so it's a little bit chilly out. And this is the park we're going to be flying at. So pretty cool, lots to see. There's actually a man-made lake over here. The RC park is over that way. We have a little ski hill over there. Pretty cool. So we are up to 10 satellites. It says ready to go. I am a little over paranoid, so I like to wait for a few more. So we're getting a little bit of a flicker of weak transmission. But again, what I was saying before is I really like these small drones. So like the Mavic Mini that's out, that to me is really cool. Something that's under that 250 gram legal limit is really cool, where you don't need to have any sort of a special license or anything. You can pretty much fly it wherever within reason. To me, that's just cool. But hey, we're at 10 satellites. It's kind of sticking there, so it could be, I don't know if it's because of some of these trees here. We're just going to go ahead and hit record. There we go. And let's see how she does. Let's go for a little bit of a longer distance here. See how it does. I've really never had this any sort of distance. And my process here too is also to get it up a little bit before I take off. So if it is going to take any pictures of the ground, it can do so. Give it plenty of time. And let's just head on up a little bit. Now I have to be careful. We are just outside of the 5 miles from an airport, so I just have a certain direction I cannot head. But if we head this way, we should be good to rock and roll. So one thing to be kind of careful of when you're flying in the cold, so here we've got 37 degrees, is you just never want to push it too hard, and you don't want to leave it out in the cold for too long. What you get there is you can get a voltage droppage, or voltage drop, I should say, and you just don't want to get to a point where all of a sudden the voltage just completely drops out, and obviously it flies out of the sky, and that's a bad day for you. Alright, so we got a little bit of a jitter there. And one thing I forgot to do, which I always try to do, is I try to turn off the Bluetooth. And I just have this process, and I'm sure all of you guys that fly drones have processes as well. But that's something I found that works well for me to keep me from getting into trouble and reduce stutter on these. It just seems to help for some reason. And we'll go up just a little bit. We're at 270 feet. And she's cooking. I like the way the battery's looking. We're at 82%. I'm not getting any major drop off. We're at 300 feet. I can see it way off in the distance there. So again, you always want to be within visual line of sight. Try to keep the camera pointed down for you guys. And we are going to see what we are flying over here. Really kind of a neat area, especially this time of year. It's fall here, so it's pretty chilly. And the air subsequently is really crisp. So everything looks very clear, which I like. We got a little walking trail that goes around this lake. Really cool. So what my plan here is I just want to get it out a little ways. Wide open, we got nothing but trees, nobody around, beautiful day for flying. And just barely make out the speck. Way at the other side of the lake, we're at 1,400 feet. And you can see our 5.8 is kind of trickling in and out somewhat. We're at 74%. We're going to just kind of toot along here along the opposite side of the lake. I'm going to pick up the camera, kind of see what we got here. Really beautiful in Wisconsin this time of year. Which you could probably tell Midwestern accent from the video here, but I don't know. I don't think I have an accent. I think you guys all have the accent. Alright, so it's chopping a little bit now that it's pointing back this direction. Really cool. 69%. We got 15 satellites. Man, is this thing fun to fly. It's almost too easy now. So if any of you guys have flown with any drones that don't have GPS and it's ADI mode only, you really have a respect for how these GPS enabled drones are. I mean, it's just so easy. Anybody could pick this up and start flying it pretty much out of the box. So I'll tilt up the gimbal here a little bit. That is our RC park there. And if you keep heading 5 miles past that point, you get our airport. So that's the area that I don't want to go beyond by any means. And we can still barely make it out in the distance. You can see me, I'm in that clearing. I'll wave here. You can see me down there. And what my goal is here, I was hoping not to be over water as the battery's dropping because I have not cycled this battery in a while. The one really cool thing about DJI products, and I have not shot a review video on this, but with Spark and any other DJI products, they really do a good job with the battery management. So when this thing sits in my closet for over 10 days, the battery will automatically discharge. And I know some people don't like that feature, but it really does protect these batteries. I've got some other devices that don't do that. And man, is it a pain. The batteries end up bulging out and exploding, and they don't work when you need them to. But this is really something you can trust. So we can go up as high as 400 feet. So let's go ahead and just get a little crazy here. Get a better view. I'm kind of curious to see exactly what part we're over. All right, so if we crash and burn here, we're in a pretty good spot. It'll only get minorly wet. Plummet to its death. Cool view. Really cool view. I've never actually walked around this little lake, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. This is not a very big lake, but there's been a lot of deaths in this lake, and I don't get it. It's kind of creepy, but they've got a bunch of tree swings all around where people swing in, so I don't know if it's a matter of, they're just swinging in and knocking themselves unconscious. I don't know. Something a little morbid for your day. All right, we're at 51%. Oh, heck, let's see if we can make it over. What I'm going to do now... See, and that's another thing I like. I was not paying attention to how fast I was going up. But it warned me. So we are cruising at 6.5 miles an hour. And actually, I should tilt it this way, because we are up over there by the clouds, and there is our RC park. Whew. Pretty neat. Again, I don't want to go beyond that point. There's our little mountain. All right, we got weak transmission. There's our mountain. And you know what? We're at 44%. Haven't cycled this battery in some time. So let's go ahead. I'm just curious to see if this sucker is going to land right where it should. So we're going to hit the return home. Go home. And let's see what she does. Now I can't remember with this one if I have the ability to pan. No, I cannot move the gimbal whatsoever. So we are going to watch it come on in. Yep, I can hear it. I just lost it in the clouds, but I can hear it. There it is. It's right above us. We are 400 feet up, 390. And let's see what a $400 drone will get you as far as precision landing. Now, of course, the Spark is not anything. I'm going to set this down here. Hopefully I don't need to pick it up quickly, but we'll get away from the buzzing. The Spark is nothing new. This has been around for a long time, as you guys all know. But I just enjoy flying it. And the one cool thing about having an older drone like this is you start to not care as much about losing it or it crashing. I mean, yeah, it would kind of suck. It's an expensive drone. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up just in case for some reason it doesn't land in the right spot. But it's just nice not having to worry so much. Look at that, nice and steady. Beauty. All right, let's check out the precision. We flew all over. We're at 33%. Oh, it's making some adjustments. Look at that. Oh, I spoke too soon. Made a last minute correction. But yeah, there's your spark. We're at 31%. We're at about 37 degrees. I'm freezing. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight. We'll try another location here in a little bit. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you in the next. So a lot of you guys have asked over the years what I use to kind of charge things on the go. And I'm actually using the OmniCharge. This thing is not cheap. It's about $200. And the thing I like about it is it's a fast charger. It tells you the number of watts that's being consumed, which I think is cool. It has 2 USBs. It also has a wireless charger up top that I can set my phone on to charge. And the coolest thing, the best thing that I like, is it actually has a 3-prong outlet on the side that you can actually charge, I believe up to 100 watts at a time. So for this, it gets the spark going very, very quickly. I'll also throw a link to this in the video here, flying the spark, so you can kind of see what my process is. But I basically bring a box full of stuff with me, and this will charge literally everything that I have, which is awesome. So definitely check one of those out if you haven't done so already. Out of all my chargers, that's by far and away the best one that I have. So just want to let you guys know.